Welcome back, Soul Tribe. For those of you new to my channel, welcome. Let's check the vibe, collective. But before we do, I'm going to ask Spirit and the Archangel Michael, protector of truth and light, stand before me, behind me, and beside me. Surround this space with your blue flame of protection. Remove all negative or deceptive energy. Allow only truth and clarity and divine guidance to come through. I thank you, Spirit, for guarding this reading. I ask this through the Almighty. All right, Soul Tribe. Cleansing, make sure that all the decks are ready to go. All right, Soul Tribe. Remember, this is a general reading. If the message does not resonate, please do not force it to fit. Remember, this is general. Do not force it to fit. Okay? If you want a one-on-one, my information is on the bio. Remember, general. Let it fly or let it lie. Okay? Please do not force it to fit. Remember, general. Okay, Spirit. Spill it. What does the collective need to know about the person and their energy? Ooh. Wow. Okay, you're being pinged. Okay, your intuition is pinging you. There is somebody who is completely obsessed with you. All right. And they're living a fake life. They're wearing a mask around other people. But you already knew that because you have an inner knowing about this person. You two communicate telepathically. Yes, you do. But this person, you're their addiction, collective. They're completely obsessed with you. Tell me more, Spirit. Which means they're wearing a mask with everybody else. But with you, guess what, collective? They can't pretend with you because you can see right through them. But they walked away. They walked away. And this happened out of the blue. That's what I'm receiving. They walked away. And this made you feel that they abandoned you. Tell me more, Spirit. You thought they were loyal. You thought that you could always count on them. And instead, they walked away. But this person that's completely obsessed with you, they fantasize you about everything. Day and night, they fantasize about you. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Why would they even walk away? Tell me more, Spirit. They have a family, collective. They laid a foundation somewhere else. That's why they walked away. Without a trace. Tell me more, Spirit. That's why. That's why they walked away. I don't read this in reverse. Emotional storm. This person is going through tower moment after tower moment, thinking about you, thinking about how they left things and how unfair this had been to you. You didn't deserve it, and yet they still did it. But you know what? They're going through it. They're going through it. There's a lot that was left unsaid. This person is concealing a lot. Okay, there's obscurity, there's secrets. They're keeping secrets from you. Tell me more, Spirit. What does the collective need to know about the person and their energy? Okay. This person is conflicted. They're clashing with their egos, with themselves. Their judgment has been clouded. Okay. They're unbalanced. They're living with a lot of illusions. Almost as if they didn't know what was real and what was fantasy. Because they make up these scenarios in their mind. that are not real. I had a reading similar yesterday where I said that the person was, he lived in Fantasyland, so, or they, he, she, flip and switch the roles, and they should go to Disney World if they wanted to live in Fantasyland. Well, this person has, their judgment has been clouded by illusions and unbalanced. They're very conflicted. They're keeping secrets from you. They're going through emotional storms and turmoil. Okay. And the reason why they're going through these emotional storms is because of the way they left things with you, because they abandoned you. Tell me more, Spirit. Possibilities did come out in reverse. I don't read them in the reverse, but this person knows that any possibilities that there would be are over. Yeah, you're not having it. You're not having it because they abandoned you and walked out, and what, they think that they could have a free pass? No, it doesn't work like that. Tell me more, Spirit. This person is longing for you. Well, maybe they shouldn't have walked away. How about that? Tell me more, Spirit. And now they think that they're entitled to you. Look at that. That one day they could come back and have you whenever they please, whenever it's right for them. I don't think so. Because you put your sword up and said, I don't think so. No. You don't care how much they're longing for you and how much they crave you. You don't give a shit. They walked away. They didn't care then. What? They weren't longing for you then? You weren't good enough then? That they could just, you know, pull up their anchor and sail away? Screw that shit. Tell me more, Spirit. You wanted peace. And you got it. Once this person left you the hell alone. But let me tell you, collective, you worked very hard to get this peace after this person abandoned your ass. Okay? And they're here thinking about, oh, someday, at some point, I'm going to go back to the collective and everything is going to be okay and we're going to pick up where we left off. Fuck that shit. No, because you never got closure. You never got answers. They thought that they could just get up and go away and, everything will be fine. So it's okay to be avoidant. Screw that. You're not dealing with avoidant behavior. Yeah, resentment and anger. You better believe it. I mean, under that peaceful exterior, and I know you've awakened, okay? I understand if you're healed. Good for you. More power to you. But for the collective that hasn't, of course you're going to be bitter. And of course you're going to be pissed. And you're entitled to be a little angry and show anger toward this person. I don't blame you. There's no judgment here, collective. No judgment. Yeah, now they're feeling hollow inside because they walked away and nothing compares to you. So they feel empty. Again, they should have thought about that before they walked away. This person is your divine masculine. What the fuck? Yeah. Yeah. The yin and the yang. Your divine masculine. Holy shit. Yeah, that's why they're still longing for you, because they're your counterpart. But here we go. The plot thickens. There were some bad influences. There was a third party involved in this situation. Remember that the foundation, the family card came out? And third party involvement. Yes. So this divine masculine, since they had a family and another relationship with somebody else, that's why they left. Now, they're your divine masculine, but they're the karmic masculine. Okay? Confession. This person wants to come back and confess and spill the beans. They want to tell you, they want to come clean. They just cannot take this anymore. Some of you may be in no contact and it's killing them. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah, they're trapped. They're trapped in this prison that they created for themselves. They're stuck. They're tied down. They should have come clean a long ass time ago, and they didn't. Tell me more, Spirit. They didn't, and they should have. And now they're coming to the realization that they should have been honest from the beginning. They should have let that karmic go and be with you if that's what they truly desired. And it's coming out. They're your divine masculine. Remember, flip and switch the roles, collective. Okay, now they feel trapped. They don't know what to do, but there's some shocking developments coming your way. Unexpected. Unexpected truth coming your way, collective. Tell me more. You're shifting your perspective. You found out something. You've made changes for the better. Remember, you're at peace. But this person, the shocking news is coming because they're reaching a breaking point, collective. You know what happens to a volcano, right? It erupts. This person is about to erupt because they can't take it anymore. The pressure's building. And let's face it, being away from you, the only thing they're getting is finality. That's right. They walked away from you, yet when they want to come back, all they're gonna see is your back. Boom. And they're they're receiving karma. Because honey, to every action, there's a reaction. And if they thought that they were going to get away with it and not get what was coming to them, boy, were they sadly mistaken. Because karma always shows up. Always. Always. You have a lot of depth with this person. A certain awareness that they were in tune with. But this person was very uncertain about their future, even where they stood. Okay, very uncertain, very confused. Very confused about the situation. They didn't know what to do, so they ran. They were distracted. They were distracted by this karmic, which caused delays and more confusion. Because why not? Why not? Let's just add to the chaos a little bit more. And now they're in deep regret and sorrow because they've lost you. So they're grieving you and they're depressed. And they're taking it out on everybody around them. Because, honey, it's only you. It's only you. You're the only person that they want to be with. Only you, like the song. Wow, collective. Around spring, something's happening. Let's go ahead and clarify. Let's go ahead and get some clarifiers. One more shuffle. I'm seeing divine feminine. Spirit, spill it. What does the person need to know about the person on their mind? Look at that first card. Confirmation. This person put you in a third party, a love triangle. What a shit. Well, this is confirmation because we already knew that it came out. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. Tell me more. This person really admires you, everything about you. You're like a song to them or a sonnet. I'm getting poetry. This person would write to you. This person would write love letters to you. And I'm picking up not recently, in the past, they used to write love letters to you. And they're in deep regret now. Boy, they're going through it. They're feeling so guilty and so ashamed about the way that they treated you. They can't live with themselves. They're really having a hard time. Tell me more, Spirit. They're struggling. But remember, they're wearing that mask so they don't let you see it. If you're in contact, some of you are in no contact. But those of you that are, this person's not going to let you see them suffering. Because remember, they're wearing a mask. Tell me more, Spirit. Around winter, some of you might have had a falling out, and your breakup, your separation might have happened during winter time. Tell me more. I'm getting around the fall. They might be coming around this fall. You might be getting news of them this upcoming fall, fall 2026. Or you might have had a falling out with them last fall, fall of 2025. Tell me more. Confirmation. Now there's silence. There's distance between you. They want to reach out, but they don't know how. You went into separation, and that was right after the fall. Ooh. All right. I'm going to pick it up. Oh, you're going to love this if I can pick it up. Collective, you threw them in the trash. You let go. They let go of you. You no longer were interested in what they had to say. You no longer care if they come back. You don't care. You're so hurt by this betrayal that you're over their bullshit. Yeah, because they were in a committed relationship with somebody else. They made you feel like trash. Screw that shit. Around summertime. What's going to happen around summertime, Spirit? Yeah, they're going to get so fired up. Yeah, and it's summer. Summer's around the corner. They're going to get enraged. They're building up. They're overwhelmed. Something's going to happen. They're going to get, this is confirmation of the boiling point they're having. They're going to have, if not already. Tell me more, Spirit. Around spring, which is now. What's happening now, Spirit? What's happening now during spring? This person is wearing a facade. They're wearing a mask. They're putting on a front. They're a people pleaser. They have hidden motives, and people are starting to notice now that not everything is what it seems. So some people are trying, your person is trying really hard to keep the mask on, and some people are looking at the corners and noticing that the mask is kind of coming off. Tell me more, Spirit. This is something else. They want to get away. This person might be an air sign, or you might be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. They want to run away. They want to have an adventure with you. They just want to leave their situation, period. Point blank, period. Tell me more, Spirit. Oh, my goodness. They might be a fire sign, or the karmic might be a fire sign, or you may be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. And this is your twin flame collective. Shared feelings. You mirror each other. You reflect each other's soul. That's why this person cannot outrun you. They can never get away. They're the runner and you're the chaser. And they don't, they think that they're going to get away from you. They tried to run and they saw how good that turned out. You can run, but you can't hide. That's what I'm getting. There's a deadline. Time is running out for them to return. There's divine intervention, but this person knows that the clock is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock. Yeah, there's going to be a time that the divine is not going to let this person in your life anymore. And time's ticking. And they know this. They're feeling it. They are feeling it, and they feel like if they're in spiritual jail. You're a total temptation to them because you're a twin. You're the twin. but they feel that their hands are tied, that they're bound, and that there's no escape. This person has children. That's another reason why they feel trapped. They're in a commitment and they have children. So they feel that they're bound. They're bound to this perpetual chain that they're dragging around. But you're going to get a call. They want to have a conversation with you because remember, they know time is running out. They want to have a conversation. Remember, they want to confess everything to you. They miss your voice. They really miss you. They long for you. They're craving you. Listen, collective, this person is going to come back in the same energy that they left. They're still in their confused ass energy. They feel lost, okay? And they're continuing to run. This person has not awakened. You have awakened. This person has not. Your person, your twin, is still in low vibration, okay? They continue to be confused. So when they come back in and they call you to tell you all this truth and all this manure that they want to tell you, okay, I'm not saying that what they're saying is a lie, okay? I'm not saying that they're insincere. What I'm saying is that they're coming in the same confused ass energy as they left. Nothing has changed. There's no growth. They're still avoidant. They're not taking accountability. And I'm not telling you not to hear them out. You all have free will. But I am saying you wait for no one. That's what I am saying. And that's what I highly advise, that you don't wait for anybody. And I don't think that you are. What they did was wrong. And you got played because they made you feel like an option. They juggled you. This person was a player and they played you. And you didn't deserve that shit. It just enrages me. You were a gift. A gift that they took for granted. I don't think so. But now, even after they walked away, even if they have somebody else, they are so jealous of anybody who's around you. Yeah, well, you were a gift. You should have thought of that before. You were a precious gift that they threw in the trash by making you feel like an option. Now they want to come into your dreams because you were their dream girl or dream man. Remember, flip and switch the roles. They are living a very unsatisfied life, collective. They're unhappy, unsatisfied. There's no reciprocation there. They pulled on your heartstrings and they nearly ripped them off. They played mind games, took advantage of you. Now you have your guard up. Now it's going to be very difficult for you to trust other people. But you've come to terms with it and you've healed and you are pouring into yourself. So this person did not pour into you. This is how I know that you've healed and that you've moved on, because you have chosen yourself. So remember, in a twin flame dynamic, there's a runner and a chaser. You were the chaser and you stopped. You were seeking validation from them. You wanted them to choose you. And you know what? When they left you, it hurt. It was painful as hell. It's like if they ripped your heart out and put it in front of you and it just was shredded to pieces. But you know what? You moved past that. You have found peace and inner strength because you are pouring into yourself. You don't need them to choose you anymore, collective, because you chose yourself. You chose yourself. That's how I know you are in high vibrations right now. You're in a frequency that they can't reach. They can't reach you. They are searching for you high and low. thinking about you. It doesn't matter. You blocked their ass. You blocked them. They're not vibing with you. They could reach all they want, but you know what? They're not reaching your frequency, baby. They are not. You may be an earth sign. They may be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Goal setter. Self-awareness. You made it happen. This person thought that you were too much of a risk. Too much of a risk because they were risking their home life, their foundation, everything they worked for. Yeah, they thought that you were very high risk. Possibly that you weren't worth it. Let me see. My home, the collective. Everything I built, the collective. What's always a question that I think of in my mind is, when this scenario passes with this, which this energy has been popping up very frequent, did they not think that they could find balance? Did they not think that this foundation could be built with you? There's a thought. Very intriguing thought. Tell me more, Spirit. This person didn't think about that. Closed off. This person is closed off. They're full of anxiety and worry. And they're completely in hermit mode. They're going inside. They're turning inward. And once again, validation, the second time, and with the second deck. Divine Masculine. They're your Divine Masculine. Protector. Your provider. What? This is a divine union. They're your Divine Masculine and you are the Divine Feminine. Remember, flip and switch the roles, collective. You are each other's divine counterpart. Wow. Wow. Let's do a quick message, okay? If they could say something to you now, what would it be? What message does this person want to tell their collective? What do they want to reach out and tell them? What unsaid feelings do they have toward the collective? Tell me, Spirit, what unsaid feelings and emotions do they have toward the collective that they want to tell them? I don't like to shuffle on top of these cards. Slipping and sliding. Okay, Spirit, spill it. What are some of these unsaid feelings and these messages of love that they want to tell the collective? Wait, I have one that flipped over here. I don't want to miss it. There it is. I don't want to miss giving you the messages that they have for you. Unsaid messages. Any more unsaid messages, Spirit? Okay. We have a few. Let's see what they want to tell you. Our connection still haunts me. Yeah, they can't outrun it. I had to learn my lesson the hard way. Yeah. They thought that you were going to be lurking around, still waiting for them. They had to learn the hard way. No hard feelings, honey. It's all nothing but a good time. What? I'm offended. I'm offended for you. But they're learning their lesson. This was their way of thinking. This was their state of mind when they left. This was their state of mind when they left. And now they're being haunted by your memory, and they had to learn it the hard way. I have wronged you. You deserve so much better than this. Yeah, you do. I long for my freedom. Yes, because they want to run towards you, not away from you. That's what they did. And you saw how far that got them. And last but not least, I love you to the moon and back. That's the last unsaid feeling and message for you, collective, from your divine masculine, your counterpart, because both divine, feminine, and masculine came out. Well, Soul Tribe, I hope that this message has given you the clarity that you needed. Click like, subscribe, share, follow if you're on TikTok, subscribe if you're watching me on YouTube. And until next time, Soul Tribe, keep it real. Caravana ta sere sere.